everyone. Hey, happy Monday. Can you believe it? Another week has come and gone. What is time, right? Well, welcome to Mondays with Meg. I am so excited to start my week off with you. And thank you for giving me a minute of your time this Monday morning. Now, what we are going to be focused on today is the one routine you need to build in order to skyrocket your productivity. Now, I have to be honest, I love me some routines and I love productivity. So it took me a minute to whittle down all the things to figure out what is really the number one routine you need to build in order to skyrocket your productivity. And I'll be honest, it's probably not going to shock you what I came up with. So, I have a question for you this morning, friend. Are you like me and do you absolutely geek out over paper planners? That's what I want to know. And if you answer yes, I want you to leave me a comment and let me know because I have to tell you I love paper planners. And I will tell you that as I've gotten older, um, if I don't actually write something down that's important, it absolutely doesn't exist to me. Can you relate? I mean, I gotta be honest, I'm absolutely that way, whether I like it or not. So I've definitely had to learn to overcompensate and literally write everything down, or I get myself into trouble. Okay. So being able to have all of my thoughts and plans and goals and dreams neatly tucked away in between brightly colored pages and organized boxes has absolutely been a game changer for me. And it's very likely that it will be for you too, like so many of my clients that I work with. Because most of the time when they come to me for coaching, they really are not using any sort of planning system, or at least not on a consistent basis. Okay, so this is definitely something I work on with my clients to absolutely be more intentional on how they are walking out their days. So today, I really want to share with you some of the life-changing benefits of using a planner, especially a paper planner, to skyrocket your productivity and even give you some examples of my favorite planners. Okay. So, the first thing I wanna note here is that the one of the beauteous things about using a paper planner is that they actually give your brain a break. Whew, and I don't know about you, but mine needs it. So if you struggle to keep all of your schedules and meetings and goals and appointments organized, I have to tell you, you're like me, and it's way too hard to rely on your brain to remember everything that is going on in your life, all the layers, whether it's personal or professional, or to even keep track of the goals that you really want to keep at the front of your mind. Okay. So let's say you have a goal of writing a book by July. That might be you, right? So, in order to achieve this goal, there are so many plans and ideas that you will dream up, and you're going to need a place to write down all of these plans. So, you don't want to resort to writing your ideas down on like random sticky notes because you know we will lose them, right? Every single time. So, using a planner allows you to have everything in one centralized location. And I've even been known to write something on a sticky note and actually just stick it right on the page of my planner so I don't lose it. Okay. So, you can use a planner to keep track of all the things so you don't have to actually rely on your memory, which will keep your mind way less cluttered. And I so want that for you. Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk about is that paper planners, they're going to help keep you more organized and productive, which is really what we're looking for here, right? So having a paper planning system like a bullet journal, which is what I typically do, allows you to write down all of your tasks and appointments and reminders that will be all in one place. And actually, what I really recommend in starting to build a routine with this is to dedicate a day of your week to plan for the week ahead, because that way you're going to go into your new week knowing exactly what you need to do. So you will be way more productive with your time and give you better organization, which is going to improve your performance. Win win. Okay. Plus, you don't have to keep it in your head over the weekend, or you know what I mean. So much less clutter up here. You're also going to complete tasks much faster if you use a paper planner. So, if you have all of your plans and tasks written in one place ahead of time, it's going to mean that you can complete the task a lot quicker than if you didn't, because you're not going to be wasting time trying to work out what tasks you need to do that day or that week. You can actually use your time to actually complete the tasks and goals that you want to achieve. So using your planner as reference when working on tasks can be super beneficial in keeping you focused on really what the tasks are at hand and not getting you distracted to go a whole other direction because it's shiny, right? Okay. And Amy, I love that you're on live with me and I love that you love a paper planner. I do love that about you. Perfect. So, using a planner also helps you to manage your time. So, when you use a planner to write down all of your tasks and appointments and placing tasks on certain days of the week to work towards your deadlines can really help you to manage your time. And managing your time avoids any sort of work overload that can cause stress and the tendency to procrastinate. You can also add your deadlines to the tasks, which are totally going to help you stay on track and focused. And learning how you can manage your time, you can make far more organized and productive decisions with your day, which is going to lead to way more success. Win win. Okay. So, a planner can also help you to declutter your task list or your to do list and actually see what your priorities are. Because when you write down your tasks for each day, that can actually help you declutter your task list. If the next day you head to your planner and you have to migrate a task or multiple tasks over, it makes you think about whether or not a task is really that important to complete in a particular week. Okay. So, analyzing your task list really helps you to be able to note the most important and vital ones in your planner. And this highlights your priorities and leads to much better time management and productivity. So, if you keep migrating that same task day after day, week after week, it probably doesn't need to be your main thing right now. Or you might be just procrastinating. It's time to just get that task done. Okay. So, using a planner, you are also less likely to forget something important. Whew, this is a big one, right? Because when you write something down by hand, all of that complex sensory information increases the chances of the knowledge being remembered. So, as you write by hand, your brain is really forced to process the information in a different way that can help you to store that information in your memory. So, this is why you should use a planner for sure, especially a paper planner. Not forgetting tasks is the key to not missing deadlines and a real benefit of using a planner at any point in your life, whether you're in school, whether you're a stay at home mom, or whether you are in a career or have your own business. Okay. So, another plus of using a paper planner is it is going to reduce stress. And don't we all need that in our lives, right? So, if you've ever had that frustrating feeling that you've forgotten something important, but you really can't remember what it is, I know I have, and writing down all of the important information in your planner is going to help you reduce stress and anxiety about having to remember and hold everything in your head. Okay, so using a paper planner enables you to plan your time, and knowing you have a plan can actually help to relieve stress, especially if you have very busy weeks ahead. So, I really want to encourage you when you are approaching really busy weeks, you want to stay less stressed, and because you can then improve your concentration and performance and just get through it so much more seamlessly. And I want that for you. Okay. Now, this next tip, or reason why this is so important may not necessarily help with productivity, but it's still fun. So it made the list. Okay. I mean, one of the perks of having paper planners is you get to buy new stationery and office supplies. Oh my gosh, how amazing is that, right? So, this reason is probably the biggest reason why I like to use a paper planner. And I know I am not alone in this, okay? I am a huge stationery and office supply fan. And there are so many different paper planners that have a variety of features and designs and colors and layouts, which are suitable really for everyone. Now, bullet journaling is a style of planner or dot grid planner that you can actually tailor to your own needs because you can design the spreads how you want them to look, which then helps you to be more organized. And there are so many different bullet journals available at a range of prices to suit everyone's taste and budget. I just love it. Okay. So, now, in order for you to be consistent with any form of planner, you have to actually like the planner you're using and it has to actually be working for you. So you want to love reaching for your planner, okay, and writing on those pages. So that means you'll be consistent with your form of planning, which will then boost your organization and productivity and success. And I'm going to challenge you today. If you are currently using a paper planner that is not working for you, please try something different. Or if you're like me and you use a dot grid journal for bullet journaling, I would encourage you to try using a different type of spread in your day, in your week, and see if that works out better for you if what you're currently doing is not working. Because the whole point of a planning system is for it to actually work for you. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to point out is you can actually use your paper planner as a creative outlet. So, with a paper planner like a bullet journal, let's say, you have blank pages that can inspire you to explore your creativity any way you like. You can write or draw or use planner stickers or templates or anything like that, which can make planning less of a chore and actually make it fun and it can motivate you more. So when I sit down to get ready to plan out my next week in my planner, I actually use that as self care for me. It's a creative time for me. I put on music I like, I have a candle going so it smells great, and it really helps me to feel good about my week ahead. Okay. So, next, what I love about using a paper planner is that it actually motivates you to be tech free. Now, you and I both know that the world is so fast paced and heavily digital. I mean, I look at my computer all day long on Zoom coaching sessions, and that can be overwhelming. But when you're using a paper planner, you are away from technology. Social media means that we are so involved in looking at what others are sharing, but taking the time to sit back and focus on yourself and your goals and your planning, you can have that me time that all of us so desperately need instead of just zoning out or anything like that. So, I really want you to look at this as self care. By reducing your tech time, you can help reduce your stress and anxiety, allow you to feel so present and focused on gratitude and appreciate all of the little things in life that make up your big days. Okay? You're also going to be less distracted because when you use an actual planner app, you can find yourself moving over to another app or answering notifications, anything on your technology that can lead to procrastination and you're wasting time. Okay. So when you're using your paper planner, you're focused on planning, and your weekly tasks and goals are far more likely to be productive and remember what you need to actually keep as your main things and keep moving forward. Now, the next thing that I love about using a paper planner is that it's actually a place for you to keep all of your records. Okay. So, as you use your paper planner, you are recording your appointments and your important information. And this can be so helpful when you need to schedule the same appointments or when you need to look back on something. So, you can flip back to your last dentist visit or find information about your last period, even if you track them. It also can be fun to read back at the end of the year about all the tasks and goals that you might have achieved and all the memories that you made with your loved ones during the past year. This is legacy stuff, and I love it. Okay. So, now that we've gone through the big list, I do want to let you know that I have a blog post up on the blog right now that is going to help you with this. I actually have on there a list of some of my absolute favorite paper planners that are on the market right now. Okay, now with my shop, Less Bitter, More Glitter, we actually sell quite a few of them. So that could be a place for you to go right away if you're like, I need some help, Meg. I have some that are pre printed, but also I have some dot grid or blank or lined journals too that would be great for bullet journaling. Now, I want to point out to you real quick one of my favorites is Denique. This right here, super buttery soft cover with the bullet pages. We have them in several different sizes. They're my favorite because they actually lay flat. Oh my gosh, so helpful when you are using your planner. But there's several other ones on the shop too. And then I have a list for you with hyperlinks where you can go straight to those websites and see if you can find one that you like. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a huge fan of using a dot grid journal for bullet journaling. And tell me in the chat if you are too, okay? And the reason why I love bullet journaling so much is because I love having the freedom of being able to change my page layouts in order to actually have it fit my needs at any time. Now, I've been bullet journaling since 2015, and it is literally the only planning system that I have ever been able to stick with because it can actually change right along with whatever my needs are. Okay. Now, I have a fun thing for you over on the blog, and I so hope you'll go get this. I made you a list of ideas of what to fill your bullet journal with. So cool. Anything from journaling, actually, like journal prompts, to like lists of things that you'll actually want to put into your journal. And this is going to help you to clear your mind and your heart and your spirit and totally skyrocket your productivity for sure. I really hope you love it. And pro tip, when you download the PDF of all of these bullet journaling ideas, I want you to print it at a reduced size to actually fit into your planner so you can just stick it right in there and always have it with you. Okay. So I want to know, do you use a paper planner? And how do you plan your week? I want to hear all about this in the comments. And bonus tip, if you actually send me a photo or two, I want to see what you're doing and see if you understand like how helpful this is. And if you don't, hey, why not get started? I've given you so many things that you need to get started and be super productive with this. And Amy, yes, I think that this would be a great system for you. And I know, Rihanna, you're like me and you try every single planning system that comes out there, but you always go back to bullet journaling just like I do. Because why break what isn't broken, right? Okay. So, friends, thank you for starting your week with me this morning. And next Monday, you want to come right on back at 8 a.m. Central. And we're going to be live chatting all about how to ditch your distractions in order to really get things done. Okay.